Kenny and I are just talking about what we're going to do. Is this going to be on camera? Is this going to be on camera? Well, when were you going to tell us?
Atlanta defense and also Atlanta's offense, because they're doing so well on the ground, has kept Elway over here on the side. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Both.
All right.
Bad with ball control.
It's been a kind of bend but don't break theory. They've
Yeah.
given up a lot of yardage.
In the second quarter,
Denver helped by missing a field goal.
That's right. And the second quarter was all Atlanta. Except for the one drive when they went about 60 yards in 3 plays, I think you said, or something.
Ready for the start of the second half now, and number 3, Rich Carlos, will kick it away for the Broncos once he tees up the football again. Back deep for the Falcons, number 33, Gene Lang, top of your screen. And at the bottom, number 41, Tim Gordon. 7-7 tie. And I think of all the options we had, Kenny, this is the one we least expected.
Really, I think we thought everybody on the Denver team would play much better. Had a big win last week against San Francisco, and we expected them to play better with their receivers back, but they really haven't played as well.
Gene Lang will not run it out of the end zone, so Atlanta will put it in play, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And once again, Steve Dills takes the field.
You know, he will be successful as long as they can run the ball as well as they did in the second quarter, Greg. They maintained control of the ball. They kept John Elway over on the sideline in the second part of the second quarter, and that's what they have to do in order for him to be successful. There you see the passing by Downs for Steve Dills.
And has done exceptionally well in 3rd down situations. 1st and 10. Lang and settle in the backfield. Dills will play action, and throwing it out, incomplete, intended for Lang, and the Broncos had that one smelled out very well.
Yeah, didn't have a chance from the get-go. Mecklenburg smelled it real good, and Ryan out there on the play, and the play didn't have a chance from the start.
From around the NFL, the CBS Sports Wire, New Orleans leading Seattle 10-6 at the half. Good news for the Bronco fans. The 49ers leading the Rams at halftime. The NFC West is very, very tough.
Very tough division.
And these Falcons feel they've only played one bad game this season, and that's the last week against the Rams.
Injuries have just killed them.
John Settle, the lone setback, 4 wide receivers for Dills. And Dills overthrows Gene Lang right through the uprights.
Well, there you see Gene Lang. Maybe Dills should take a little off of that. CBS Sports Wire. Washington 33-17 over Phoenix.
Take a little out of the sails of the Phoenix Cardinals, who have been going along pretty well. Giants beating Detroit.
Randall Cunningham had a busy day today.
You know the feeling, don't you? 3rd and 10. Cincinnati suffering their first loss of the season at the hands of the Patriots. Penalty marker flies. Dills over the middle and throwing behind the intended receiver, Jesse Hester. But this looks like it may go against Denver. Referee Red Cashin says offside Denver. And that's the first flag of the day thrown against the Broncos.
Offside, number 75 on the defense, still 3rd down.
75 is Rulon Jones making the jump at his right defensive end position.
We said at the top, first quarter, that's one of the ways to help control the pass rush, is to vary your snap count, make those guys jump.
Tyrone Braxton, extra defensive back in the lineup for the Broncos on 3rd and 5. Dills hit hard, and the ball falls incomplete. Randy Robbins, number 48, on the blitz. And on comes Rick Donnelly to kick it away.
Well, you're going to see the hit. Here's a nice way to spend your Sunday afternoon. You're right there. There's Robbins, strong safety. They bring a strong safety blitz, and they had the play smell from the beginning. The cornerback was up on Subtle. No chance whatsoever.
Rulon Jones going back to the sidelines, and Donnelly will get this one away at about his own 15-yard line. And the Broncos look like they may come after him. And they do. Big rush. Donnelly gets it away. Gerald Wilhite at his 30. And hit and taken down and loses the football after he was down, and Wilhite is hurt. 81, Michael Haynes came down and laid a terrific hit on Gerald Wilhite. 45-yard kick by Donnelly, a good one under pressure, and just a 1-yard return as Wilhite walks off slowly.
Here's a replay of it right here, Greg. And he just gets a hit on the leg right there. He puts the helmet right on his knee, probably just a bruise. I'd look for him to be back.
Easy for you to say up
Easy.
here.
Yeah, it didn't hurt me a bit.
First down from their own 32. Sammy Winder behind Elway. Double tight end. This is Mobley in motion. The pitch is for Winder. He eludes Andre Bruce and knocked out of bounds across the 30 at about the 32-yard line. Mike Gann, number 76, moving laterally nicely. And it'll be no gain. We mentioned how well Steve Dills had been throwing, particularly on third down. Here's how John Elway is looking today. And John Elway's racking up the passing yardage, just that the end results aren't there.
Yeah, they're not getting the ball in the end zone has to be a concern. And defensively, they're giving up too many yards on the ground and not letting Atlanta control the ball on them.
Both Vance Johnson and Ricky Natile flank to the top of your screen on 2nd and 10. Play action. Lots of time. Elway throwing over the middle. Caught! Vance Johnson for a first down at the 47-yard line of the Falcons.
Vance Johnson looks like he's banged up his arm a little bit, a little bruised probably. Here you see him on the top of your screen. The inside guy clears out. Natile clears out. Now watch Vance Johnson cut to the inside. Here he comes inside. The ball is delivered right on time. Nice completion. Nice catch.
21-yard pickup. Boy, you've got to get some time to run that pass.
You really do. You have to have time for that guy to clear out that zone.
Dorsett and Winder in the eye behind Elway. Elway loses the ball on the play action, picks it up, and finds Dorsett over the middle. Pickup of 8, and the fake was just a little too good.
Yeah, a lot of times that will happen when you put the ball on the back's hip a lot of times, or fake. See him put the ball on his hip right there. It hits his hip, knocks it out. But look at the pass protection. He can take a short nap. He picks the ball up. Oh, well, I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll run around for a while. There's a guy. Throw it to him. I mean, that's just great pass protection, and you can't give John Elway that much time.
Coming into the game this afternoon on the front line, Gann, Casillas, and Bryan have combined for 5 sacks. They haven't gotten near Elway today. The pitch this side, Dorsett kicks it in the air across the 35, down to about the 34, maybe the 33-yard line. Jesse Tuggle, number 58, on the tackle.
Well, a real nice job by Keith Karts and Ken Lanier, the right side of that line. You see him right there, and Mobley, the tight end, locking up on Andre Bruce, and you give Tony Dorsett a little crease like that, he still got it. He pops it up in there for a nice gain. 34 yards on the day for Tony Dorsett. Jesse Tuggle in at the linebacker spot, now replacing Joel Williams, number 54. First down from the 33. And number 33 carries again for a gain of 3. More finals from around the NFL. Houston over Pittsburgh. Bo Jackson stepping right in. 70 yards and a touchdown. Just a hobby. Indianapolis over Tampa Bay, 35-31. 11 and a half to play, third quarter. 7-7 tie. Broncos
On the move. Elway pumps once, finds Mobley on the far side. Mobley inside the 20 to the 15. Robert Moore finally making the stop. Pick up a 15 and a first down for Denver.
Well, there you see Orson Mobley, and to get this wide open, somebody has to blow a coverage. And it's hard to say who it is because you don't know what type coverage it is. It looks like it's a zone. It looks like the guys run off to the right side. There's nobody. Look how wide open he is. There's not anybody even in the film. Where are they? Then finally somebody shows up. There's Tuggle, makes a play. No, he breaks that tackle. And Mobley does a nice job of running with the ball. Has to be a blown coverage.
First down Denver from the 15, 10:40 to play. Third quarter, Dorsett and Winder behind Elway. Dorsett, left side, across the 10, down to about the 7. Put 8 more on the board for Dorsett and call it 2nd and 2.
Well, this guy right there at number 33 doesn't need much room. You just give him a little bit of a crease, and it's kind of a stutter. He stutters to the right, hits back to the left side behind Jariga and Keith Bishop, number 54, and you give him that little crease, and he's still very explosive.
The Broncos came into this game, Kenny, thinking they could run and run very well on the Falcons. It didn't happen in the first half. We're only seeing it now here in the third quarter.
This is exactly the way that they need to play.
2nd and 2. For Dorsett again. And a gain of about 1. He'll still be shy of the first down. Tony Casillas was there for the stop.
It just makes Elway much more effective when they run the ball that well and create the short yardage situations. It gives him the opportunity to use a bigger percentage of his offense.
Again, we point out this is a young Atlanta team. Things can only get better for the Falcons and their fans.
Well, they're spreading everything out this time, Greg.
3rd and 1, Steve Sewell is in, and a whistle on the field. It appears the Falcons want a timeout. And John Elway will come to the sideline. We'll take a timeout too. 9:20 to play, third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Denver when we come back.
Hey, John. They've got their receiving backs in there now. I don't know if you want to try to get something on Will Hyde or something on Sewell, but usually when those guys come in there and line up in that spread formation they were in there, you know, we might look out and catch something. Will Hyde or Sewell, either one, I don't know. I'm sorry? I can't hear you. Okay.
Dorsett and Winder now in the lineup.
Yeah, it's a different formation anyway, John, so we're okay.
Denver drive has whipped the Bronco faithful back into the ball game with 9:20 to play here in the third quarter. Elway and company face a 3rd and 1 at the Atlanta 6. Denver has been successful on 5 of 8 third down attempts so far this afternoon. Double tight end lineup for Denver. Dorsett and Winder in the I formation behind Elway. Mobley in motion. This is Winder. Winder has the first down inside the 5. And big Orson Mobley threw pretty good block ahead of him.
Yeah, they bring that guy in motion, and a lot of times they'll bring him in motion, slip him in the flat for a pass. That particular situation, they bring him in motion, and that's called a wham block, when he comes in motion and blocks back on usually the nose tackle. Wham, W-H-A-M.
Did you make that up, or is that a fact?
No, that's right out of the playbook.
Okay. Sammy Winder, Calvin Thomas now behind Elway on 1st and goal from the 3. Winder to the 2, close to the 1. And a pretty good test for this young Atlanta defense.
You bet. You get down in there, it's awfully tough with all the weapons that they have. Good receiver, and Sewell is in. Winder's a good back inside the 5-yard line. And, of course, Elway's ability to move around.
Pickup of 2, call it 2nd and goal from the 1. And Atlanta's defense has not stood the test as well as most have in the NFL this year. Winder and Thomas. Winder is the deep back. Winder, touchdown. Just solid straight ahead blocking on the left side of the line. Billy Bryan, the center, left guard Keith Bishop, left tackle Jim Juriga.
There it is, nothing special, just a lead blocker. Put a lead blocker in front of him and try to bang it in there. Just like Greg said, behind Juriga, Bishop, Dave stuttered on that side. That's what they have to do, is be able to run the football. They have to run the football to make Elway more effective.
Carlos out of Kubiak's hold. And with 8 minutes, 25 seconds to play, Denver regains the lead. It's 14-7 Broncos.
Hey. I can't hear you, John.
Hold it. Oh, everybody's talking.
Go ahead, Stephanie. Tell Greg.
All right. All right.
What you got, John? Okay. If they stop them on 1st down, and look for number 34. 73 is already in.
Hey! Here it comes. Hey! Hey!
Oh, the natives are getting restless. Huh?
Rich Carlos will have to tee it up again as the wind blows it off the field, off the tee.
It blows it off the field. I need to go myself.
Sammy Winder, 1-yard touchdown run to put the Broncos on top. Back to receive, 41, Tim Gordon, 33, Gene Lang. This time the ball stays up long enough for Carlos to kick it to Gordon, a yard inside the end zone, to the 15, to the 20, almost to the 30-yard line before being brought down by number 48, Randy Robbins.
Well, that's where your special teams have to help you. After a score, you've got to get momentum back on your side. What better way to do it than a nice kickoff return?
68-yard drive by the Denver Broncos, 11 plays in all in just under 6 minutes. And of those 11 plays, Kenny, 8 of them on the ground.
You bet. That's when they play best. It's when they can run the ball, where Elway can play fake and do everything that he needs to do with his great athletic ability.
Steve Dills will now try to bring the Falcons back, and he'll start on the ground. Settle as a penalty marker flies out over the 40 to about the 43, but we'll see what the call is. Preliminary signal is holding against the Falcons. Talking to both the offensive and defensive
number
coordinators.
55 on the offense. Still
as
first down.
Wayne Radloff gets the call. And both coaches say a young team will make mistakes, and that's what the Falcons have been doing.
Extremely young team. Reminds me of a story. We were talking to someone this week for the Atlanta Falcons in their public relations department, and they said that Rankin Smith Sr., owner of the Atlanta Falcons, wanted to go in and talk to just the young players. And he said anybody that was here 3 or 4 years, go ahead and get up and leave the room. And I think about 3 people stood up.
Might as well keep everybody around. 1st and 20. From the 19, straight ahead, and hit hard. Andre Townsend, number 61.
Well, you see number 34 coming in right there, and most of the time when he comes in the game, that's Tyrone Braxton, is when they go to that Cougar-type defense. He will play in the position of a linebacker. That linebacker right there, that's Simon Fletcher. He will get in a down position, like a pass rushing down position, like a down lineman, and that's what they do to try to get the heat on the passer. There you go. There's a linebacker down in a down position.
On 2nd and 18, Dixon in motion. Dills with some time. He hits a man and who is hit immediately, and that's Gene Lang out of the backfield. Carl Mecklenburg was there to meet him. Pickup of 6. And it'll be 3rd and 12.
Mecklenburg's responsibility is Lang coming out of the backfield, a man-to-man type coverage when they go into that Cougar-type defense.
Offensive line did a good job on Simon Fletcher here.
Yeah, here it is. The linebacker down, rushing the passer. The reason they use Simon Fletcher as a pass rusher when he's a linebacker is because he's bigger, taller, heavier than the other linebackers.
Jeremiah Castile in as a defensive back, an extra defensive back. Dills over the middle and just a bit behind number 89, Jesse Hester.
Well, there you see Steve Dills and his jersey's hanging off of him. It looks like he's been hit by a truck. His jersey's all ragged. His people hanging all over him back there. And I think he did a good job of just getting the ball away.
That little extra hurried pressure probably forced the miss across the middle.
Here's an example of it. There he sees right there. Here they come. Guy gets his jerseys, tearing his jersey off of him. Busy back there. That little ball draws a big crowd.
Donnelly to kick it away. Not nearly as much of a rush as the last time. Wilhite across the 40 to about the 41 or 42. 40-yard kick, 10-yard return. 6:15 to play, 3rd quarter. Denver with the football and the lead. Back at jam-packed Mile High Stadium here in Denver, Greg Gumbel along with Ken Stabler. 6:15 to play, 3rd quarter. Denver leading at 14-7. And they have the football now at their own 41-yard line in pretty good field position for John Elway to work on. And while John Elway works, his backup watches from the side, Gary Kubiak. He and his wife thankful for the more important things in life. He and his wife Rhonda had a young son Monday. Immediately after he was born, contracted pneumonia. He's doing much better now, we are happy to say. Elway goes long, and he's got a man wide open. Natil, the intended receiver. Elway was hit hard after he let loose.
I think John is hurt. I thought he was just upset for overthrowing, but it looks like he's hurt.
He's got a hand on the right hamstring.
Or knee.
Or knee.
Well, just a hush over this place now. Well, here, maybe we can see what happened. There he is in the pocket. Release it. There it is right there. He is blocked. Number 72. Number 72 right there. Keith Karts blocks number 75 right there. He blocks Tony Casillas. He blocked Tony Casillas right into the side of him, and that could be bad.
And while they look over John Elway in the middle of the field, Gary Kubiak loosens up on the sideline. Kubiak in his 6th year out of Texas A&M. And that'll cause a head coach to worry.
You bet. And you know, that can happen often because there's a lot of people around you back there, and they're all big people, and everybody's trying to help you by keeping those defensive linemen off of you. But you don't know where Elway's going to be all the time because he does move around a lot. And you block a guy the best way you can, and unfortunately that can happen.
John's going to be helped to his feet now and helped to the sidelines. And that does look like a knee.
Right.
We'll get a report from the sideline just as soon as we can for you. In the meantime, Elway's statistics for the day: 16 of 26, 235 yards and a touchdown. And probably thinking he should have had a second one right there.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's in the third quarter. He was really playing extremely well, and that's exactly what John needed. He needed a good game.
On 2nd and 10, Kubiak at the controls will immediately go to the air. Lots of time to throw over the middle and incomplete. And he threw it into a host of Falcon defenders. Scott Case had the best shot at it.
A lot of people back there. They play that deep zone. They sit back there, wait for the players to wait for the receivers to break in there. Then everybody attacks the ball. There's John. Good numbers for the day. That's the third quarter. Struggling this year for various reasons, and what John needed most of all was to play well, to get his confidence level back up. Hopefully it won't be as serious as it looks.
Kubiak out of the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Backfield, Will Height off his shoulder pad, and a penalty marker is down in the backfield. Preliminary signal is holding against Denver. Falcons will refuse that penalty and force the punt.
Holding, number 76 on the offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Ken Lanier, the guilty party. So Kubiak comes to the sideline to talk things over. Mike Horan in to punt. Interesting, Dan Reeves telling us yesterday about how Mike Horan came to be in his employ.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting story. I guess they were playing the Giants, and he was talking to Bill Parcells, and he was telling Parcells, gosh, these kickers can drive you nuts, drive you crazy. And Parcells said, I can tell you a kicker that impressed me, and that was Mike Horan, and the rest is history.
Horan getting a good one away. Barnes at the 15. Nice move, 25, almost to the 30-yard line. Hit and brought down by 55, Rick Dennison. We have 5:45 to play. 44-yard kick, 14-yard return. Broncos lead it by 7. Fosterman's a big boy. Let's go. He said, is that like Murder, She Wrote? (76-73) here at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Greg Gumbel along with Ken Stabler. 5:45 to play in the third quarter. Denver with a 14-7 lead on that last punt return. Holding called on the Atlanta Falcons, so the Falcons will put it in play from their own 7-yard line now.
Well, that right now turns out to what you see on your screen now turns out to be the biggest story right now is John Elway throwing the football, and offensive lineman blocked a defensive pass rusher into John's knee, and they're taking a real serious look at it right now on the sidelines.
Marion Campbell just looking for the way out of this hole now.
Atlanta's got to change field position. They've got to get the ball up where they can do something. They've got to get some first downs out of here and get up where they can use a little bit more of their offense and throw the ball.
Steve Dills brings him up 1st and 10 at his own 12-yard line. Settle and Lang in the backfield behind him. Wisenhunt in motion. Lang, big hole right side. Lang number 61, Andre Townsend. Mark Haynes caused the fumble. Townsend recovered the ball.
Well, it's just off tackle. You see Gene Lane. He's going to break into the secondary clean right there. You see him breaking the secondary. Now wrap the ball up when you get around all those people. You see number 36 right there. Haynes grabs the ball, and the defensive backs are taught to do that. Strip him of the ball.
Denver first down now at the Falcon 28. Kubiak gives for Winder. And Winder gets nothing. In fact, looks like he loses two. And headed off to the locker room is number 7. Kenny, is it a good sign that he's walking off instead of riding off?
It's really hard to say. I think it is a good sign as opposed to riding off, but still, I've seen guys walk off the field and still have some damage in that knee. I think they'll just have to wait, get inside, and take a look at it.
It doesn't go off without support from the fans. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. Kubiak to throw. Out of the backfield is Winder, and it's incomplete. Casillas putting the pressure on Kubiak, and Jesse Tuggle with the pressure on Winder.
Well, the hardest thing to do for a quarterback when he has to throw the ball is with people in his face. The easiest way to get people in his face is right up the middle. That time, Tony Casillas getting penetration, getting in Kubiak's face. It's hard to throw the ball when you got those big guys standing right in front of you.
On the CBS Sports Wire, you see the scores coming in from the late games this afternoon. The Rams within 3 now, San Francisco. Out of the shotgun, Kubiak with time, plenty of time, over the middle, almost picked off by Robert Moore.
Well, you throw that ball high in the middle, especially against a team that plays zones or plays with a safety that's going to stay in the middle, and most of the time the Atlanta Falcons do that. They will keep one of their safeties in the middle. Watch this. There he is right there in the middle of the field, right on the hash mark, number 34, Robert Moore. You got to get that ball down. Those are tipped and those are intercepted.
Ricky Natile, the intended receiver, and now Rich Carlos will come on to attempt the 47-yard field goal. Carlos missed earlier from 35. Rich Carlos puts 3 more on the board for the Denver Broncos. And with 4:42 to play, Denver extends its lead now to 17-7. The view from the official's position behind the air.
There it is right there. I guess we're going to have to give him this one. Dan Reeves likes Carlos's attitude as a kicker. Handles the pressure very well. Even when he misses one, doesn't let him phase him, just keep kicking him.
You were a holder, among other things. Did you ever hold for a barefoot kicker?
Never held for a barefoot kicker. I never really held for a sidewinder as he is. I held for George Blanda for about 5 or 6 years, and he was a straight-on conventional type kicker. And he wore 2 shoes when he kicked. He was a 2-shoed conventional kicker. That's what he was.
And he was good, too.
And a good 2-shoed kicker.
Goody 2 shoes.
Somewhat of a goody 2-shoe
Goody
kicker.
2 shoes, yes. 4:42 to play, 3rd quarter.
That's got to hurt. That's got to sting a little bit when it gets cold.
This will be Tim Gordon. Gordon across the 15 to about the 17, maybe the 18, before Randy Robbins makes yet another special teams hit. And Robbins will stay on to play safety. So back come the Falcons, who got 2 bad breaks the last time they had the ball. The first was a holding call, which put them in a hole on their own 12, and the second was the fumble by Lane.
You bet. Defense has played much better this half. They've turned the ball over for the offense. The offense has gotten points out of it. Better team effort by the Bronx.
On the ground, John Settle. Settle out over the 20. Brought down by Townsend and Greg Cragen. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Remind you that coming up next Sunday here on CBS, New York Giants against these Atlanta Falcons at Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, and Dallas against the Philadelphia Eagles in an NFC East battle, 4 o'clock Eastern, Washington and Green Bay. Coming up next Sunday here on CBS. 2nd and 5. Wisenhunt on the move. Settle. Gain of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 3. .337, .336, .335 now as the clock continues to move.
Yeah, the Broncos bring in their designated pass rusher, their situation substitution people. They bring in Tyrone Braxton, 34, and they bring in their designated pass rusher, Rulon Jones, lining up on the right side of the Denver defense.
3rd and 3. Dills on the roll, hits his man out of the backfield. Lang has a first down and then some across the 30 out to about the 33. Mike Harden coming up to make the hit. Pickup of 8 on the play. So Dills has a little more room to maneuver now.
Yeah, you have to get the ball out there where you can get into more of your offense. Nice job of Gene Lang, you see right there. Nice job of him knowing where the first down marker was, taking on the tackler. Second effort for the first down.
I had to appreciate this guy's candor when we talked to him yesterday. Steve Dills says, I haven't even got a chance to know all the guys in the locker room yet. It's impossible to think that I can make this offense go completely the way it's supposed to go.
It was pleasant to talk to. You have to admire his intestinal fortitude to come in here and try to rally this team. It's just been riddled with injuries.
2.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Play action. Dills, plenty of time, throws out on the side for Settle. Settle out near the 40-yard line. We'll call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd and 3.
7 tough yards by a tough little back. They're doing it the hard way. They're taking away the intermediate and long tight passes. They're making Steve Dills dump off to Settle and to his tight ends and making them earn every yard that they get.
John Settle is early to practice, early to bed, early to rise, no drinking, no smoking. Sounds a lot like the school you went to.
Same way I trained.
2nd and 3 from the 40. Lang fighting for first down yardage, but doesn't get it. He got 2 of the 3 he needed. It'll be 3rd and 1. And Jim Ryan, number 50, making the hit. That's a good, tough set of linebackers the Broncos put on the field.
They've always been that way, too. They've always been a linebacker-oriented type defense. They have a reputation for being a finesse-type defense because they aren't as heavy as a lot of other defenses. They've got real active, quick linebackers, as they did when they had Gradishar and Tom Jackson and Swinson and those guys in the 70s.
On 3rd and 1, Rulon Jones and Bruce Klosterman into the lineup. The pitch for Settle. Settle has a first down to midfield. Tripped up as he crosses the 40 and down close to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 20. And Rick Badanek helping lead the way.
Watch this block right here by Rick Badanek. He cuts this guy down, and the rest is all done by John Settle. He gets to the outside, outruns Mecklenburg, who gets his feet and makes a nice play of knocking him out of bounds.
John Settle, 16 carries, 86 yards now as the Falcons again put the emphasis on the ground game.
That's what got him into the end zone in the second quarter, Greg. They control the ball on the ground, and this is what they're doing now.
Gene Lang gets
reverse. Pass.
And it's the trick play. Dills on the far side for Floyd Dixon. And Dixon across the 25 to about the 23. Rick Dennison made the stop.
And there's a little something special for him. Ball changes hands 2 or 3 times, winds up back in the quarterback's hands and throws a little flat thing out there. You're going to have a slide rule to figure this one out.
The receiver was not Dixon, it was Gene Lang.
Watch this. Dills pitches the ball to Gene Lang, who in turn hands the ball off to Dixon coming around on the reverse, who in turn flips the ball back to Dills, who in turn again fires a little strike out here to Gene Lang, who winds up with it again for first play. Nice play, first down. They got something working.
A lot of turns out there. Under 50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Another Atlanta first down. Straight ahead, James Primus, the rookie out of UCLA. He'll pick up 2, and it's 2nd and 8. Walt Boyer making the tackle.
Well, I kind of look for that Cougar defense, the one that they apply the pressure with, because you see Tyrone Braxton coming in the game. Also, their designated pass rusher, Rulon Jones, in the game.
And coming out is 55, Rick Dennison. Clock continues to move, 15 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And it's a 2nd and 9. Primus and Badanek in the backfield. Bills looks like he'll get this play off. He does. And it's another reverse, and here comes Dixon. Dixon with a blocker in front of him to the 15 and out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mecklenburg helping run him out of bounds along with cornerback Mark Haynes.
You will see a lot of reverses, Greg, when you play against a team that is a team that pursues as well as the Denver Broncos. A finesse-type defense, a lot of speed of down linemen, and they will pursue. You'll see reverses.
Down to the 13.5-yard line. That's where the 4th quarter will begin. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, 17-7 Denver. We'll pause now for a word from your local station.
They do very well when they run the ball. Hey! Oh, yeah.
Was that on the last play? If Seattle loses and Denver wins, they're tied, right? Are we going to try to get that in before we start play? Welcome back for the start of the 4th quarter here at Mile High Stadium. Greg Gumbel along with Ken Stabler, and on that last reverse.
Well, the kickers use a little body English. Watch Marion Campbell right here. Give it a little oomph. Oh, yeah. Oh. Anything to help.
That's how to do it without the hula hoop. 3rd and inches for Atlanta.
Big play, big play.
The ball at the Denver 13.5-yard line. Settle and Badanek in the backfield. Here comes Settle. 1st down. Steve Wilson, number 45, coming up to help with the stop. Remind you once again that John Elway has been taken out of the game and has gone to the locker room after injuring his knee in the 3rd quarter. He is being x-rayed for a sprained ankle and for an injury to his right knee.
You know, it's interesting, Greg, that on the first scoring drive that Atlanta had, the only scoring drive that they had, they did it on the ground, and they're doing it on the ground here, and that is the place that the Broncos have had problems on defense, is stopping the rush.
1st down from the 11. Settle. And Settle with not much.
It gets awfully tough down here to run the ball into the end zone. I think you have to spread things out a little bit more and throw the ball. They bring in their designated rusher people again. Situation substitution people, Tyrone Braxton and Rulon Jones, expecting pass.
Big game there for these Denver fans. New Orleans leading Seattle. A Denver win here and a Seattle loss ties them atop the AFC West.
Rams roaring back against the Niners.
2nd and 9. Settle straight ahead. Settle down near another Atlanta first down. They need to reach the 1-yard line for a first down. They appear to be just a little bit shy.
Nice call. You bring in your pass people. Denver brings in their people. They're expecting a pass with their pass rush people in the game. Cross them up with a run right up the middle. Nice job by John Scully. Mike Ken Radloff doing a good job.
And Mike Harden has been laid out at about the 4-yard line. The 9-year man out of Michigan might have lost his helmet in this hit.
Well, maybe we can see it right here. See Lang go in motion. There's the handoff right there. It's hard to see exactly what happened. There's the hit right there. There's Harden. Really it's hard to tell what happened to him there.
So the clock is stopped now with 13:30 to play in the game.
Another angle. Here's Harden. Right there. Woo! Looks like the head-on hit right there. Maybe jammed the neck. A lot of times you get a pinched nerve, separated shoulders, things like that.
And Mr. Settle is no fun to hit. He stands 5'9", but when he gets rolling, he does a heck of a job. In his 2nd year out of Appalachian State. Atlanta eating up time and not panicking. Down 10 with plenty of time remaining. 1st and goal for Dills and the Falcons from the 1. Settle won't get there this trip. Mark Haynes, number 36, in on the stop.
Nothing fancy, just see if our guys can whip your guys. Straight ahead with a lead blocker, man on man, center on the nose. Try to get those guards on the linebackers. Nothing fancy.
You know, 77 will have his nose in the middle of the action.
He seems to like getting in the middle of all that.
You didn't?
No, I tried to stay as far away from all that action. I tried to get a no-contact contract.
Settle and Badanek in the eye behind Dills. On the play action fake, touchdown Atlanta.
Real nice call.
John Settle on the receiving end of the touchdown. And with the extra point, the Falcons will look to pull to within 3.
Real nice call. Slipping Settle out in the flat. He's been carrying the load, running the ball. Here they play fake to Badanek. Slip in there behind the linebackers for a touchdown. Mecklenburg too late to make the play.
So John Settle with his 2nd TD of the game, his 4th of the year. And Greg Davis adds the extra point. We have 12:35 to play, and Atlanta makes it close again. It's Denver by 3. We'll be back. You know, Ken, those 12 or 13 points that Denver was given are looking awful good right about now.
I think I missed this one.
As I said, a lot of time left.
Oh.
But Elway's in the locker room.
Yes.
Is that weight right for Settle? Is he 207? I don't think so. Settle's got to weigh more than 207.
He looked heavier through here.
207 from the waist down.
Yeah, really.
Maybe. Oh. 207. I don't believe it, though. All right. Run through it, how we can do it.
Where are we going?
Let's get this thing.
All right. Back at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Got a ball game again. Greg Gumbel along with Ken Stabler. It has been pretty much of a nip-and-tuck struggle all the way through. And you've got to give the Atlanta Falcons credit, Kenny. They have hung in there, and they've done it with the ground game.
They really have. They played best during the series, especially second quarter and in the third quarter where they were able to run the ball.
The way this game may change, of course, is the loss of Denver quarterback John Elway in the third quarter.
Well, that's the story right now. John Elway, someone blocked a defensive lineman into his leg. He went in with, looks like what is going to be a knee injury. Hopefully it won't be serious.
They are looking at x-rays right now, but before he left, Elway 235 yards and 1 touchdown pass. And you see that the total yardage is evening up pretty much now. Greg Davis kicking it away for Atlanta. 35, Ken Bell. 84, Ricky Nattiel back to receive for Denver. Nattiel will take it in the end zone and leave it there. So the Atlanta Falcons, young, injury-riddled, but very much in this football game. Down 3, Denver takes over 1st and 10 at their own 29 to play in the fourth quarter. You know, we've talked so much about how the Atlanta Falcons have had to adjust to Steve Dills. The same kind of adjustment for the Broncos with Kubiak?
Exactly, because John Elway is going to take 90-95% of the snaps during practice to keep his timing, especially with the way that he's been playing this year.
Kubiak to throw, near side, Nattiel gets a block, nice moves to the 25, and then he's met by a couple of Falcons there. Andre Bruce leading the charge, a gain of 5 for Nattiel, and it's 2nd and 5.
Well, from behind the quarterback, little play fake right there to hold the linebackers, and you get the ball out to Nattiel as quick as you can and let the offensive lineman come. You'll see Keith Bishop, number 54, will be coming. Number 7 is stuttered, and he'll be coming in there to try to help out. There comes Bishop. This play, if it's successful, most of it is done on the athletic ability of the receiver.
2nd and 5, Dorsett straight ahead. 1st down. 35, and out of bounds close to the 40. Brett Clark ran him out. After a gain of 16, that's a Denver 1st down.
Oh, that's what he brings. You get your number 1 gun who's down. You get John Elway's in the locker room with an injury. Somebody has to take up the slack. What better person than number 33? He's done it year in and year out. You get him in the secondary, he's trouble.
Several Denver Bronco veterans being honored at halftime here today, Kenny, and a couple of them down on the field said they figured Tony Dorsett for a big day running the football today.
You bet.
Dorsett and Winder in the eye behind Kubiak. From their own 41, Dorsett to the outside, has a man to beat and can't get past him. Third 22 is Charles Dimry, the rookie out of UNLV. Still, Dorsett chalks up another 7.
Well, the thing that makes him so dangerous is the way that he changes directions. You can be going one way, stop, cut on a dime, and be going the other way. Then he can outrun you to the corner. Has all the tools to gain the 13,000 yards that he has. He's a good inside runner, outside runner, and is a great pass receiver.
14 carries, 69 yards now for Dorsett. Now 2nd and 3. Johnson in motion. Dorsett. 1st down, and then some. Loses his footing as he crosses the 40, and he had a lot more.
Well, watch this. Watch the job by Sammy Winder, if you can see that. Sammy Winder cuts the guy down and gives Dorsett a chance to get outside, loses his footing, in for the 1st down, get him the ball out on the outside, and that's where he can do a lot of damage.
Another 16 for Dorsett brings him up to 85 yards on 15 carries. And a 1st down now at the Falcon 36. Mark Jackson, number 80, in as a wide receiver for Denver. Dorsett, and hit hard. Coming up from the secondary, Scott Case to help Jesse Tuggle with the tackle. We were talking with Dan Reeves yesterday, Kenny. I asked him if Tony Dorsett, since his long association with Dallas, if he felt Tony has lost much. He said, not enough.
Said he has lost very little. Still catches the ball as well. Still bursts through those small holes. A slashing type runner. He's brought a lot to this offense.
Those good backs do need to carry the ball 15, 20, 25 times a game.
You bet. Get them lathered up.
2nd and 11. Kubiak to throw. Over the middle into a crowd, and it falls incomplete. Intended for Natil. And a flag is down on the near side of the field. Number 80, Mark Jackson, involved with number 25, Scott Case. And it goes against the Falcons.
Illegal contact. Number 25 on the defense. First down.
Costly penalty again for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, those things just kill you, especially when it's away from the play. It's on the opposite side with the ball was being thrown on, and you just can't have it. Of course, that's the thing that's really stopped Atlanta all year, but other than their injuries, is they've just played inconsistent football offensively and defensively.
10:45 to play in the game. Dave Studdard in at left tackle now for Jim Juriga on the Denver line. The pitch for Winder. Right side. And gets a couple. The good news for the Broncos out of the locker room, x-rays show Elway suffering from a sprained ankle and a sprained knee.
Well, you're right. If it can be good news of that injury, I guess a sprain would be good as opposed to anything that would require any type of surgery.
On the Sports Wire, New Orleans leading Seattle 17-12 in the fourth. The Rams have taken the lead on the 49ers at Anaheim. 2nd and 6 now as we approach 10 minutes to play. Kubiak will throw for it. All alone in the flat, complete to Winder. And Winder is down just inside the 25. Robert Moore coming up to make the hit. Gain of 3 and a better pass would have gotten them more.
Yeah, ball out in front where he could take his momentum toward the stick, then it looks like he may have got a first down. We got a big 3rd down play coming now.
And number 30, Steve Sewell, into the lineup along with 47, Gerald Wilhite. That means look for the Broncos to throw it.
That's usually their passing combination when it comes to their backs. Wilhite and Sewell, they're both flanked on the corners now with 3 wide receivers.
3rd and 3, and Kubiak alone in the backfield, now joined by Sewell. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of Wilhite. Wilhite looks for a flag, and there is none. Tim Gordon, number 41, was right there with him.
Well, that's their receiving core when they're in. Wilhite, they tried to get him coming across the middle. Tim Gordon making a nice play. Watch from the left-hand side of your screen. There's Wilhite. Should have caught the ball. Ball was in an area that should have been caught.
So on comes Rich Carlos again. And Carlos will attempt this one from about 41 yards out. From 40 to 49 yards. Carlos is 3 for 3 this season, including 1 today. Kubiak holding. This one is long enough, and it's on the money. So after missing his first one, Carlos has hit 2 straight. 9:12 to play, 3rd quarter. The Bronco lead is 6. We'll be back to Mile High Stadium in a moment. He's 4 for 8 from 30 to 39 yards. He's 4 for 4 from 40 to 49. Hey! Yes, ma'am. You were napping. Well, I didn't think anything was more important than the game. I'm sorry.
Hey.
You aren't knitting again, are you, Mother Hen? You hate to see that when the crowd jumps the hay. Hey, Steph. Any that we wanted to cover that we haven't yet? Before this game, well, I'll go back to sleep then. I mean, before this game gets down to the nitty-gritty. Okay. Nine minutes, 12 seconds to play. Fourth quarter, Broncos leading Atlanta 20-14. Rich Carlos to kick it to either 41, Tim Gordon, or 33, Gene Lang for Atlanta. This one high and comes down short. Lang hit hard before he reaches the 20. 35, Ken Bell, one of those coming down to make contact. And on comes Steve Dills. And Kenny, you get to this part of the football game, if you're a visitor, you've got to feel real good about your situation. You're still within shouting distance.
Yeah, you're still within a touchdown of going ahead in the game, and I think they have to feel good. It's awfully tough to play in Denver. The crowd noise right now is going to be a factor. They've got a long way to go. They've got their work cut out.
Settle. Left side, running room, and out near another first down. Mike Harden making the tackle. It is a first down for the Falcons. Again, their problem has been avoiding the key mistake.
It really has been, and their success has been on the ground. As long as they're able to run the ball, then they've scored twice on series where they've run the ball exceptionally well, gives Dills an opportunity to play fast. That seems to be the weakness in the Bronco defense, is the ability to stop the run.
Settle now with 109 yards on the day, his third 100-yard rushing game of the year. Wisenhunt had it and dropped it. Incomplete.
They're calling that a fumble.
It is called a fumble, and Simon Fletcher recovered. Wisenhunt hit as soon as the ball arrived. And it is now called incomplete, and that appears to be the right call.
I think so too. Here it is right here. You make the call. There's the throw. No, it's incomplete. Good call.
And a tough hit by cornerback Mark Haynes.
And the thing that will help that type of play is if the quarterback will keep that ball on the other side of the receiver. Let the receiver keep the ball, keep his body between the receiver and the ball and the defender.
And down on the sideline, Dan Reeves is making his case. While upstairs, replay official Grover Clemmer will take another look at it. And Dan Reeves is not at all happy with the call.
Another shot of it. I don't think he ever had really control of the ball.
And after having looked at it upstairs, it is an incomplete pass. Reason why Dan Reeves is upset, a play like that could turn the whole game around.
No doubt. Especially with a team that's been struggling the way that they've been struggling.
2nd and 10 for Atlanta. Dills with time has it batted down over the middle. 65, Walt Boyer. The Broncos have had a couple of those today.
Offensive linemen have to get into them and get their hands down. Here you're going to take a look at it. You're playing quarterback. Steve Dills, there he is right there. Number 71, Cragen gets his hands up. Number 65, Boyer gets his up.
Back into the Cougar defense for the Broncos on 3rd and 10. Dills with time, and now he runs out of time. Rulon Jones records the 3rd sack of the day for the Broncos.
you play right into the Broncos' hands, the defense's hands. When you get in those long yardage situations, they can bring in Rulon Jones, give you a lot of looks up front, bring a lot of people, cause problems.
Rick Donnelly with a good kick. Gerald Wilhite backs up almost to his 20. And hurdles a couple of tacklers across the 30. Have another look at Rulon Jones.
Here's what I was talking about. When you let them bring in their designated rusher, they know you're going to throw the football. And now watch, here's 45 coming as a safety. And watch from the right-hand side, there comes Rulon Jones.
Rulon Jones, 1/2 of a sack away from setting a Denver record in that department. That's a nice shot. Peloponnese. Hey, you know, I don't see anything wrong with going to commercials off of a replay. Oh, I don't know. I just know we don't do it very often. Oh, I see. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, first down, throwing the ball, I would think.
Oh, great shot. Greg Gumbel along with Ken Stabler in Denver. What is that?
I don't know. When I was there, the only view I got of him was the tail end view, looking straight up from on my back.
Maybe it could be a polo pony.
Polo pony. Speaking of polo.
Remind you, the America's Cadillac Polo Championship. Tom Goes and Jim Nance call the action as the USA All-Star team battles perennial world power Argentina. Coming up next Saturday, 1:30 Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific time here on CBS Sports.
I like our chances in that one.
Rulon Jones, meanwhile, having registered a big sack and stalling any hopes of an Atlanta rally at that point. Kubiak going long has Steve Sewell. Sewell beat Robert Moore down the sideline, and Kubiak hit him on the dime.
Beautiful play. Watch this throw. Watch where it is. Right on the money. He's got a couple steps on Robert Moore. The ball is right on target. Sewell, the receiving specialist of their backs. Touchdown.
A sack by Rulon Jones forces the punt, and the Broncos come right back with one play. Carlos out of Kubiak's hold. Broncos 27, Falcons 14, and not so long ago, it was a 3-point game.
And it just goes to show you the value of backup quarterbacks. There's been 48 quarterbacks that have started during the course of the year for various teams, and when you have a guy that can sit over there and watch what's going on, come in and see something and make things happen, it just goes to show you how valuable the backups are.
Steve Sewell, 4th year out of Oklahoma. And you couldn't ask for a better pass.
Right on the money. Sewell, extremely good receiver. He and Will Hyde are the receiving specialist in their backfield. You get him with a couple of steps on a guy like that, you put it on the money. Here it is again. Bingo.
Gary Kubiak couldn't be a happier backup quarterback.
Well, you don't get the opportunity to play very much. And when you get in there, you have to make the most of your shots, and he's having a good time.
Carlos kicks and booms it into the end zone. Gene Lang takes it and holds on. 7:24 on the clock. And Denver now looking at victory here with Seattle losing to New Orleans 20-12 and forcing a tie atop the AFC West. 1st and 10 for Atlanta from the 20. Settle spins away from one tackle out to about the 25. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Steve Wilson made the stop, and there's Gary Kubiak. Settle now 114 yards on the day. What a workhorse he has been.
Oh, he has earned his keep today.
Gerald Riggs went down a few weeks ago. Kenny Flowers went down in the preseason, and he has picked up the slack. Settle again. Good block by Gene Lang. Looks like a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. You again, these Falcons are toiling with the specter of David Crudup still very much in the air. The special teams captain who died early Monday morning of acute cocaine intoxication.
Well, you wouldn't know if the Falcons would come out and play on an emotional high or come out real flat because of that situation. I don't think either one of them's the case. I think they've been outmanned, they've been outgunned, and they're just not as deep as Denver with all of their injuries.
1st down yardage for Settle on the last play. Throws a big block, going long down the sideline, and incomplete is Dills, intended for Wisenhunt. Dills perhaps trying to get it back in a chunk, as Kubiak did to Sewell on one play.
Well, I think Dills ought to, it's really not in his hands. He's not calling the plays. They're calling, that's this one right here, the pass play. There you see Mecklenburg putting the pressure on, making him throw the ball a little before he would like to, hurrying him, making him overthrow the ball. And I think they should throw the ball every down. They have nothing to lose. A 1-5 team. Throw the ball.
6:01 to play here in the 4th quarter, 2nd and 10. Instead, the Falcons run it straight ahead, and the clock continues to run. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, again, throw the ball. I see very little difference in 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10. Throw the football. They have nothing to lose. 1-5 ball club. The only way to get back in the game with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left is they've got to put the ball up.
Tyrone Braxton, Jeremiah Castile into the Denver secondary. Dill to the near side. He's got his man, Floyd Dixon, and that's a 1st down.
Thanks.
Pickup of 11 on the play, 1st down, and I didn't know that headset went down to the sidelines.
Well, they have an outstanding core of receivers. One of them right there, Floyd Dixon, Stacy Bailey, number 82, you see coming in over there. And they've got a group. If they can protect their quarterback, they can do damage. I think they have to throw, especially when you're down like this. Just put the ball up.
5:21 to play. Bailey to the top of your screen, Dixon to the bottom. Dill with time. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of Settle. And Dills was upset.
Well, he's talking to himself, and I guess when you get knocked around like this and playing a Denver team in Denver like this, that'll make you talk to yourself on occasion. It looked like he was crossed up with Settle then. We'll try to flip the ball to him. I don't think they were on the same page.
Braxton and Rulon Jones again in as the Broncos put their Cougar defense on the field on 2nd and 10. Settled across the 45, and it'll be a 3rd down and 7.
Mecklenburg looks like he's hurt himself, Greg. It looks like it's the hand that he broke against Kansas City.
Well, they'll come out and take a look at Carl Mecklenburg here. And that's got to be wrapped about as heavily as a hand can be wrapped. Come off under his own power. Watch how it happened.
Here he is, 77. You see the wrapped hand. Looks like he clubbed Subtle right there. And looks like he falls on just several people fall on top of that hand.
We're not just talking about a minor cut. There's a broken bone down there.
Too bad, in the base of his thumb.
Meanwhile, 3rd and 7 with 4:47 to play in the game.
Cougar defense.
Dills to a wide open John Settle. First down and more. And he is cracked out of bounds by Tyrone Braxton.
It's a good thing, too, but it was Tyrone Braxton. If I had to guess, I would say that was his responsibility, was to Settle. It looks like he blew the coverage, gave Settle an opportunity to get out there. Braxton comes in to replace a linebacker in the Cougar defense. Where is he? Settle gets the ball. Here comes Braxton right here with the hit down the sidelines after a huge game.
First down now. Atlanta at the Denver 37. 4:37 to play. Dills to the air. Intercepted! Dennison with Dills to beat. And Dills made the tackle inside the 40. Could they be more pleased here in Denver that the 7th-year man out of Colorado State made the play and halted the drive?
I don't think Dills ever saw him. I think he was shielded behind some defensive linemen or his offensive linemen. Here you see Dills. There's 55, Dennison, lower left-hand part of your screen. I don't think he ever saw him. Looks like he was shielded behind Cragen. Throws a ball to who he thinks is a wide-open John Settle. There's Dennison. Only body left between him and the goal line. Makes Dills play a little defense.
Dennison's first interception of the year. And under 4.5 minutes now, Denver goes back to work inside the 40. This is Winder, and Winder will lose a couple. 4:20, and the clock continues to run. And another injured player down on the field now. 89 is Orson Mobley. And they're looking at Mobley's right knee.
It's one of those type plays right there that Mobley was hurt on, Greg, where they split him out. He split out to the side, and he cracks back on the linebacker on that side. And I think he hurt himself with the crack back block.
Players know what they're in for when that sort of play is called, too.
That's exactly right. There's going to be a collision, a little function to junction.
You ever call a play in the huddle and a player looks at you and says, "No, let's not do that." Come up with something else, Kenny.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. Sewell, number 30, and Wilhite, 47, into the lineup for Denver. The pass out here to Wilhite, and Wilhite bounces off Marcus Scott. Scott Case makes the tackle. Rick Bryan, the man applying the pressure on Kubiak. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Gary Kubiak shows you a little of his athletic ability. Watch the fake to Sewell, puts the ball behind him, then jumps in the air as he's being popped. Gets the ball out to Wilhite. Nice play on Gary Kubiak's part just to get rid of the ball.
Kubiak on in relief of an injured John Elway. Number 80, Mark Jackson, into the lineup. Natil in motion. Kubiak out of the shotgun. 3rd and 5. Kubiak underthrows Vance Johnson and knew it as soon as he let it go. Threw a 10-yard pass about 8 yards.
Low ball thrower and a high ball drinker. Here it is right here. Here's Kubiak back. Look, he's real relaxed and throws the ball and knows he made a bad throw, and the ball made him.
So Rich Carlos has come onto the field. And having missed a 35-yarder, Carlos has made 2 in the 40s and will now attempt one from 50 yards out. On the way, and good. For only the second time in his career, Rich Carlos attempts a field goal of 50 or more yards, and for the second time in his career, he hits it.
Well, we said earlier, Dan Reeves likes the fact that he can go out and miss a couple of field goals in a row, then come back and make 3 or 4 in a row. Doesn't let the pressure bother him, does not affect it by anything other than the fact that he just has to line up, kick the ball.
Says he, like every other kicker, goes into slumps every once in a while, and they just have to kick their way out of it. He says what most every coach says, kickers are funny people.
Funny.
So the Broncos lead extended now to 30-14, and that one about put the cap on it.
I'll say so, and it's going to be awfully tough for Atlanta's offense. You get to score like this, and all they have to do now, they got to throw the ball every down. That's the only chance they got, unless they would elect to run the ball and get to 3 minutes. They've had enough injuries. Let's go home.
Tim Gordon, 41, at the 8. Breaks across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. And Sam Grady, number 83, in to make the stop. Now that all the folks have vacated Seoul, South Korea, Sam Grady knows the feeling of having won a couple of medals.
What was the 4x100 guy, I think? Silver medalist, is that right?
Gold medal
Gold
for the
medal.
4x100 team in Los Angeles at 84. Silver medalist behind Carl Lewis in the 100 meters.
Sneaking motor.
2:50 to play. And Dills under pressure and throws it over John Settle.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
If you're wondering, should Dills go down, Hugh Millen is on the sidelines for Atlanta.
If you want to be a quarterback, here's what you got to look forward to occasionally. Watch this. Simon Fletcher. Boom. Ouch.
Nobody ever showed that to you?
Oh, knocks the taste out of your mouth.
2:45 to play, 2nd and 10. Just write this down. Knocks the taste out of your mouth. Another snake bite. Oh. There's Hugh Millen saying, I'd rather not be a part of that today, thank you. Dills to throw, plenty of time this time. Guns it over the middle and hits his man just shy of the 40-yard line. 89 is Jesse Hester.
Well, you know, Steve Dills, he just gets popped and gets this really hammered. He drops back, stands in the pocket, delivers the ball again. You have to admire that.
Hurry up offense now. Dills with time again, dumps it off. Settle looking for the sidelines and finds it at about the 44. Stops the clock with 2:19 to play. Gain of 6, and that's enough for a first down. All the way back to Atlanta, Marion Campbell's got to be thinking this one was within our grasp, and where did it go?
You know, and all the problems that they've had, Greg, I think they're on the right track. We've done several of their games this year, and they've got a great young quarterback that they've rallied around extremely well. They've got 2 young outside linebackers, and Andre Bruce and Cotton. I think they have the nucleus to be competitive.
4 wide receivers now for the Falcons. Dills dumps it off for Settle again. To midfield, looking for the sidelines, didn't get out of bounds in time. Gain of 7, and the clock continues to run. And the next whistle you hear will be that of the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. Denver 30, Atlanta 14. Back to Mile High Stadium in just a moment.
Did you take it? Sure they did.
Hey, Steph. If we could get a shot of John Settle, that's some pretty impressive numbers he's got. 124 yards rushing, 46 yards receiving, and a touchdown each way.
Who's ahead? Oh, they're losing.
We're going to get a shot of John Settle.
7 for 46 receiving, 24
and a touchdown
for 124.
receiving, 24 for 124, and a touchdown running.
He is a good little player.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the prime concern here now becomes that 625 flight. I'm tired of hearing this band play La Bamba. Two minutes to play here at Mile High Stadium. Greg Gumbel and Ken Stabler. 30-14 Denver. You got to hand it to that man, number 44, John Settle. He has had himself a day.
Yeah, you can consider this. Consider he and Riggs in the same backfield. As a receiver that he is, his numbers today, a touchdown receiving, 1 running also, and you put him in the backfield with Riggs, put Chris Miller back there and keep that group healthy with Stacy Bailey and Floyd Dixon, a good offensive line, good young linebackers. Give them a couple of years.
For Settle, 124 yards and a touchdown rushing, 46 yards and a touchdown catching the ball. Something to that clean living.
Pardon me?
Dills with plenty of time will go for it all. Stacy Bailey intercepted. Jeremiah Castile. In his 6th year out of Alabama.
Well, it's only a matter of time. But you know, you look at the pass play. I don't know if we'll see it or not, but looking at the pass play, the ball was underthrown. If he lays the ball out there good, the ball is probably a touchdown. Here's the play right here. Deals back in the pocket. He gets good pass protection. Now watch the ball. The ball is a little underthrown. Gives Castile time to make up some ground. See, the receiver has to stop, slow down, wait for the ball. That's Stacy Bailey. And the interception. Right here, watch the receiver. See the receiver stop, slow down, have to come back. Little underthrown.
No doubt at all, Stacy Bailey had a good 3 or 4 yards on him.
And as opposed to throwing the ball further, throw the ball quicker. Get the ball in the air a little sooner.
The pitch for Sammy Winder gets out of his end zone. And I'll tell you who's been awfully quiet on the Atlanta defense today is #1 draft pick Andre Bruce.
He really has, and I'll tell you one reason he has been, I think, because the Denver Broncos lined up in that formation where they split out those big tight ends, Clarence Kay and Orson Mobley, and they come back in and they crack back and they bring a load when they come back in there. And that's the way to slow a young rookie down, is pop them good.
I want to remind you, coming up tonight here on CBS, the clock stopped with 1:45 to play. If we sometimes look like a wholly owned subsidiary of Japan, is it because our best negotiators are for sale to the other side? 60 Minutes tonight on CBS, followed by
Maida,
comma,
she wrote.
And then it's a CBS Sunday movie, part 1 of Out of Africa, the Academy Award-winning epic starring Meryl Streep and Robert Redford. Part 2 comes up Monday night. But 60 Minutes, Murder, She Wrote, and Out of Africa Part 1 comes up tonight on CBS, the first network telecast of Out of Africa.
You betcha.
Part of that trenches area that you'd rather not be in, Mr. Taylor.
Boy, that is a crowd of folks and bodies all in there flying everywhere, and every one of them are big.
2nd and 9. As the Broncos look to run out the clock. Falcons look for a turnover. And jumping the gun in a hurry is number 94, Charles Martin. We'll see if he jumped on his own or if he was pulled.
Encroachment, number 94 on the defense, still 2nd down.
Charles Martin, of course, had that infamous day as a Green Bay Packer when he slam dunked Jim McMahon.
Yeah, he and Jim McMahon don't have a drink socially.
2nd and 4 following the penalty. Ball out now to about the 8-yard line. Dorsett loses his footing as he approached the line of scrimmage. And the clock continues to run as we approach 1.5 minutes to play here.
Well, I think that guy right there, Greg, has to be one of the bright spots. Tony Dorsett, if you look at good things for Denver this week, gains close to 100, may have gone over 100. 17 carries, 86 yards, I understand, from our sharp statistician we have up here. And that has to be one of the bright spots. The way he's played, Gary Kubiak coming in and playing well at quarterback for the injured John Elway. One thing I think they have to be concerned with is they haven't played the rush very well, but they have kept them out of the end zone.
3rd and 2 as we come up on 1 minute to play. Calvin Thomas replaces Dorsett in the backfield, and Winder gets the call. Winder comes up short. Doesn't come up short. 1st down. We'll take this opportunity as we get down to the half-minute mark to tell you once again that John Elway came out of the game in the 3rd quarter with an injury to his right leg. X-rays were taken. The diagnosis: sprained right knee, sprained right ankle.
Oh boy, my favorite play. The old win the game play. I love that one.
The Stablerism.
I ran that as good as any of them.
And that'll do it. Should the New Orleans Saints go on to defeat the Seattle Seahawks, and they led by 8 in the 4th quarter, the Denver Broncos will share the lead in the AFC West at 4-3. So the final score: Denver 30, Atlanta 14. For Ken Stabler, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for joining us. You will now join that Seattle-New Orleans game. Let's take you to Seattle. That game in progress. Are we done?
Toodaloo. Hey.